head to Vermillion, South Dakota on Saturday, a noon start, ESPN3 only for that broadcast. And then, as always, listen to 1540 or Panther Sports Radio Network with Gary Rima. Next up, Coach Farley.
We played well on Saturday, and all phases of the game. So I'll just open up for questions. So go ahead. Easy statements, huh?
Coach, the wins you've had, you've won pretty comfortably by 27 points or more. You're going on the road this week, and the close ones haven't gone so well. What's this team need to do to win a close one, assuming these last two games might be 10 points or so?
Well, we just, our intent of last week's game was really to try to win the play, not look at the big pictures of things, because so many times we always look towards something else, or like your question, for the next two games, and we just need to focus on day-to-day work and play-to-play in games. And I thought our team in this particular game came out right from the start, and it started with Kyle Bernard's punt. I thought he did an awesome job putting that ball inside the 2, and then we got the safety after that, and then kicked off and started at the 50-yard line again. So when I say all phases, the special teams really gave us a boost in that game, and that's what I was hoping for. All three phases of the game: be solid, don't beat yourself, and win the way we win at UNI. And going to your question, to win close football games, you cannot beat yourself with penalties and turnovers. So that'll be the next point we have to do better then, because we did put the ball on the ground. We had an intercept and a fumble in that game, and in a close game that'll end up getting you beat. So we need to clean that up even more, but overall that was a great day on Saturday.
Mark, Carlos Anderson is approaching the school career record for all-purpose yards. Is this what you thought you'd get out of him when you signed him?
Well, I thought he was an exceptional running back when we signed him. He had great quickness and those types of things. And but we even talked about that on Friday night before the game, the all-purpose yards, because the standout stat that I see on there is I believe Carlos is only 16 yards behind David Johnson in all-purpose production. And when you sit here and think about it, David's getting all the rushing, and Carlos is not carrying the ball as much, so where does he get his yards? It's all the hidden yards, the kickoff returns, the receptions that he's gotten. So, he always plays hard, and, he really had a great energy on Saturday, and he made some real nice runs again. So hopefully, I don't even know how far away he is, but hopefully he can accomplish that in the next two football games.
Sam Moore caught a touchdown pass on Saturday. He's led catching 4 of his last 5, averaging over 20 yards a catch. Can you talk a little bit about the rotation you now developed there? Because you've got 3 guys that have played, and what his role is involved into.
Well, Sam's a true redshirt freshman, so his role was at the beginning of the season was going to be that third tight end, that substitute tight end to come in the game. As it turns out, he's became our starting tight end, and he's really developed nicely this season, because I'm watching his blocking. His blocking is getting better. There's no question that he gives us the dimension that we can throw the football to him without substituting with him. So he's in the game. So he had the hideout the other day for the touchdown when it was 3rd and short. Basically, everybody thought it was going to be a dive, but since we didn't have to substitute him, that's what we look like on every down. So he can be more accustomed to seeing a play like that work. And then he, of course, was wide open because they didn't cover him. So, but Sam's had steady growth, and he's before his time, but he's really matured quickly by playing the game, being the starter for us.
What about South Dakota, Coach? What do you know about the Coyotes? What do they look like?
Well, South Dakota is actually very good offensively. I mean, they got a good plan. Their quarterback is an excellent athlete, and their defense is aggressive. They run a 3-4 scheme, and they do a lot of stunning and a lot of pressures. So it appears to me on film that they're more of a high-paced, fast tempo team as far as how they play with their offensive scheme and their defensive scheme than maybe a more traditional team would be playing the game. So there will be a tempo difference, I think, in this game for us that we have to get ready for.
Mark, as far as the playoffs go, would ever want to see the playoffs expanded maybe to 32 teams, so maybe a team like yourself that has a rough start but could finish strong would have something to shoot for?
No, I'm more the traditionalist. Is if you get in, you want it to mean something, and even at 20 now, it's getting to be a lot of teams. I'm more into when it was 16. It's hard to get into. When I was playing, it was 8, and if you made it, it meant something. At 16, if you make it, it meant something. I think if you make it into a 32 team, it'll be, it gets too watered down. I mean, part of being in the playoffs and being the best team is that you play the whole season at a very high level and maybe not just get hot at the end. I think the 16 team, the 20 team fields allows us to, still play well during the season. You have to do well to get there, and yet you can still get hot at the end and win it all. So I think the number is where it should be, right around 20, 24 teams.
You've talked about this a little bit in the past. It was a weekend where we had 2 FBS teams talk about 5-score over 100 points, Oregon and SC. Iowa State played a reasonably good defensive game against Oklahoma and gave up 35. Are things getting out of balance here a little bit? Is it too much about now of an offensive game?
Well, there's no question it's an offensive game right now. It's the tempo, the speed of the game. The tempo of the game is what's different, not the speed, the tempo. And I've always said most of the rules are geared towards scoring. It's fan based, but it's exciting. And then the style of play has changed as well, with the type of players we're playing with and the style of spreading the football and using the whole field. So it's really became an offensive game, and the team that will be the most, that can have the best defense throughout the time, will have the best will be the best team in the country. And I think that'll prove out in both levels. I think it'll prove out in the FCS and the BCS, as it always does. The good teams. I think the national championship game last year was 6-3, or whatever, when Alabama played LSU. I mean, those are high tempo teams too. So if you play great defense, I still think that's the way to win it all.
So what does it say when you can shut out a team in this day and age of high-powered offenses?
I think it's a huge accomplishment anymore to keep anybody out of the end zone, just because of what we just stated, is that to shut out anybody that's equal to you is very difficult to do, because odds are something's going to happen, whether it be a turnover or they make a play with their system. So that's why I was pleased with Saturday's game. The shutout was huge, and it just showed that even when we substituted at the end, we still played at a high level, and all phases worked. I thought we were disciplined from penalty standpoints to offense, and there's no question the defense was very stout all day long, because we did a great job against the run, and our coverage was very tight, and we ended up getting four sacks on the day. So very pleased with the effort. So it was a good day. It was kind of nice to get one of those days. Anybody else?
They play in the Dakota Dome, so you're used to the dome. But you've taken a team there before to Vermillion. What do you remember about playing in their dome from previous times up there?
Well, their dome is a lot like ours. It's just a little different configuration to it, but they've got new turf this year, so that'll be the biggest thing going in there. They won't have the old turf like we had. They've also replaced their turf, so that'll be nice, and it looks very nice there. And we knew going into this game down here that was our last outdoor game, and this will be our last trip as a group to this one. So there's some things that we can accomplish on this one, and we've got our sights and on some things that we still can attain individually, as much as things that we have to accomplish as a team. So we know our weather will be good, and we'll try to take advantage of our system, because our system is really made for the dome. Anybody else? Thanks.